Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are talking about the upcoming Sephora sale. It's going to be in a few weeks, and I thought we could talk about some makeup items that I might recommend to you. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. Now, I know that the world is still very upside down, and for some people, buying makeup is not really a top priority. And so I just want to say that I'm not making this video to be very flippant or ignorant of the situation of many people. I was just doing this video because I know that 20% off or 10% off can be a big difference. And so if you're someone who is having issues financially right now, maybe focus more on skincare than on makeup. But also, you are a grown woman and I trust you to make your own decisions. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about a few skincare items that I have here that I love. First of all, this is the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This here is empty and I would totally recommend it because it's really just a face mist with essential oils and it feels like aromatherapy. There's lemon, rosemary. It really is wonderful. I would recommend getting the smaller version if you've never tried it before because you don't want to get a giant bottle and find out you don't like it. But this is definitely an extra product. It's not a necessity by any means, but it's just really fun and relaxing and soothing. And if you can get it on sale, even better. Next up is a skincare product from Caudalie. This is the SOS Intense Moisturizing Cream. This is part of their Vinosource line. This is a really nice hydrating moisturizer. It has a really nice floral fruity scent. It doesn't smell like it's a perfume or a fragrance. It smells very similar to the Beauty Elixir. It smells the same way that a grape tastes, which sounds very strange. But if you can imagine the taste of a grape, this is what this smells like to me. And it's just a really nice hydrating moisturizer. I had tried a few samples of different products recently, and it really did not work for me. I kept noticing dry patches throughout the day, but since I started using this one again, my skin has started to behave again. So this is the second or third time that I've purchased this item here, so I'm quite confident in its capabilities. Now, the last skincare item here is something that I have bought several times over. This is the Farmacy Green Clean Makeup Balm. Now, this will take off everything. Everything that I'm wearing today will be removed by this cleansing balm. This is a double step method. So you take this and you massage it onto your face and it breaks down every little piece of makeup you can imagine. Then you go in with a second cleanse and your face is completely clean. It doesn't feel tight. It doesn't feel thick or gloopy or oily. This works so well. I highly recommend it. I just bought this last week or the week before, but I don't think I'll be getting a new one during this sale. However, if you are in need of a makeup remover, I would highly recommend this one here. Okay, moving on to makeup. Now, these are some pretty basic tools, but these are brow products. The first one here is the Diorshow Brow Styler in the shade Dark Brown. This is simply a brow product, but it is so incredibly fine. The tip is very thin, so you can really get hair strokes into your brow. It's very thin. This one here is completely empty, so I'm not sure if I can really do it justice by showing you how thin it is, but you really can get that thin hair stroke effect, so it's really nice. And then this one here is the Diorshow Pump and Brow. This is a brow gel, but it is so minuscule. This is the best part of this product here. I love how tiny it is. You can get into your brow, you can style it and set it in place, and you do not have to worry about getting brow product all over your face. I really dislike brow gels that are the same shape of a mascara because my brows need something much smaller. So this one here is fantastic. So next here is this Givenchy Healthy Glow Bronzer number 3. This here is just such a beautiful bronzer. It's what I'm wearing today. It gives you that nice little healthy glow without looking orange, without looking red. And it has a slight sheen to it. It's not sparkly by any means, but it's not a hard matte either. So it really just gives you that soft glow. And I have been raving about this product for a long time now. And if you can get it at 10 or 20% off, why not? Next here is a new favorite of mine. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Sophisticate palette. Now, when you look at this palette here, it is not visually stimulating, but we've talked about this before. Just because a palette is not visually stimulating does not mean it won't be flattering. This palette is just so sophisticated and elegant. It is very easy to create a very minimalistic, very put together eye look. I think this is a great palette if you want a more professional makeup look, or even if you just want a palette without anything too crazy. You know, what I'm wearing today on my eyes is a bit out there. And if you want something just really simple, because this does have your warm tone, cool tone, and neutral nudes, so you can just create a very beautiful look with this one here. Now we have the Tom Ford palettes. This one here is called Suspicion, and it is, simply put, just a perfect warm toned golden palette. All four shadows have a nice satin finish, but they all blend like a dream. And you really have all the colors you need for a golden, warm-toned, JLo inspired makeup look. All four of these colors are beautiful individually and they all blend together very well. I really love this palette. If you are someone who loves warm-toned, bronzy colors, this one is for you. But if you prefer maybe more purples, something a bit more smoky, this one here, Pretty Baby, is really lovely. I find that all four of the colors blend really well, even the topper shade, because sometimes I find the topper shades really vary in the Tom Ford palettes. Some of them are a bit more dry and powdery, but this one here is really great. And you can create a more purple, daytime appropriate look, but you can also turn it into a nice smoky look as well. And then last but not least, in the Tom Ford category, we have the Fun palette. This one here is called African Violet, and this to me just screams fun. It has purple and coral, and those do sound like opposing colors, but trust me, they work. I just did a video using this palette here and it turned out beautifully. This one here I think is more of a fun palette. I think the first two are maybe more practical, but if you've had your eye on this for a while and you just want to take advantage of the sale, I would recommend it because I really do love this palette a whole lot. I find that the topper shade in this palette is a bit more dry. I find that the topper shade in Pretty Baby is a bit more smooth, but generally speaking, topper shades have a different texture. It's just something to keep in mind as you're making your purchase. Okay, so those are items that I have used and loved and would recommend. Now I want to go ahead and look at my shopping cart because I am a pro at filling up my shopping cart and not buying anything, but I have a few items in here right now that I want to talk about. So the first item that I have in my shopping cart that I might buy or might just delete in a minute is the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Eyeshadow Palette in the Blue Eye Color Magic Collection. Now this kind of exploded on the internet a few weeks ago and I've just been waiting. This is the color called Super Blue. It looks very pretty. It looks very flattering on brown eyes. I haven't made the click yet. I think I might wait for the sale or I might just skip it. I'm not sure yet. And next up is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade called Radiant Magenta. Again, this is an item that I've been eyeing for quite some time. I would like to get it definitely at 20% off, not at full price. It might stay in my shopping cart or it might leave. I'm not sure yet. And next up is the Fenty Beauty Makeup Sponge. This is just a makeup sponge and I need a new one. So this one I probably will get because it's kind of a staple. I need a makeup sponge. I need a new one. So if I can get it on sale, I will. And then the last one is the NARS Radiance Primer. Now I have used this in the past. I have bought it a few times. I stopped buying it for a while. I'm not sure why. But this does give you just a really beautiful radiant look, so I probably will purchase this one again, waiting for that sale. Every time there's a Sephora sale that comes around, I always wonder, like, do we really need to buy more makeup just because it's on sale? Yes, it's fun to get new makeup, and I think if it's something that you have been waiting for a long time, if you've been eyeing it and you're just waiting for the sale, then that's an appropriate time to get it. But sometimes I look at my collection and I just think like, do I really need to get this other random piece of makeup? I think that's why I often hesitate in buying new collections. There are some brands that I will buy new collections right away, but there are often times that I really hesitate and wait, like the Charlotte Tilbury Super Blue eyeshadow palette, for example. I could have bought it weeks ago, but I've just been on the fence about it because it does look very pretty. However, I'm not exactly sure how often I will wear it. I think this Sophisticate palette is going to get much more use because it is so much easier to wear. And I find that certain makeup items are really pretty and really fun, but if I'm not going to reach for it, it's a bit of a waste, even if it is on sale. It is nice that Sephora does these sales, especially if you buy your skincare from Sephora. I think it's a great time to just replenish old favorites. Like if I didn't have a full Farmacy green clean right now, I would totally buy a backup. Okay, I think this about does it for today's video. Please let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on the upcoming Sephora sale. Are you planning on getting anything during this time? Are you skipping it entirely? Are you getting just like basic like necessities in a way, like skincare? Or I don't know, just let me know what you think. Are you doing like I'm doing and filling up your shopping cart and then immediately deleting everything? Let me know. And let me know if any of the items that I mentioned today are part of your wish list. I will include a list down below of the dates for the sale. Okay, I think this about does it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.